Welcome to the Divine Feminines podcast and channel. I'm your host, Steph Desart, and in today's episode, we are talking the first new moon of 2024. That's the new moon in Capricorn. I'm going to share what this new moon means, how you can call in and align with this energy and make it the best you can, what's happening in the cosmos, the astros, and then I'm going to pull some channel messages from a really brand new deck that I've got, Shadows of the Light. So it's like a purpose oracle card deck, and any other messages that I feel intuitively come to me. And I will also give you some guidance on what you can, set in terms of journaling and intentions and affirmations. So before I get started, don't forget to like and subscribe this channel. We're Divine Feminines on all major podcast platforms. That's Apple, Spotify, Google. We're also on Instagram and TikTok, and that's Divine Feminines with a Z at the end. Why like and subscribe this channel? Well, we have something for everyone. We talk moon magic, moon manifestation, divine feminine, divine masculine, balancing your energies, becoming your best self, and really following your heart, your soul's purpose, because when we do that, we live our best life, we grow to our optimal potentiality on this earth. And this is why we're here to come and learn, to grow, to evolve, to become better. So I hope you will like and subscribe, and you will get notifications when I post up more things. There's a ton of great content that is timeless that you can check out, whether it's on YouTube or on the podcast, where I talk about different topics. So just have a browse and see what takes your fancy. So let's get into the new moon of Capricorn. When is it taking place? The 11th of January 2024. And for my UK lovelies, that's at 11:57 a.m. So just a few minutes before midday. So kind of convenient if you're taking a lunch break around then. It can be quite good. And for my New Yorkers, my East Coast Americans, we've got it at 5:57 a.m. EST. So if you're an early riser, could be a really nice opportunity. And if you're not, you can just set the alarm to get up a little bit earlier so you can journal and tune into yourself and into this new moon energy. So it's a new moon in Capricorn. Capricorn, an earth sign, the sea goat. Capricorn was always traditionally related to the area of work, of career, of structure, of business. It still is, but we go into a more sort of purposeful meaning of Capricorn. It's not just about career and what you do for a living and that paycheck and how you pay the bills and what company you're working for, and how you're getting up the ranks or moving through your career. Yes, it does cover that, but it definitely, most definitely, and at this time in this stage in the world where we are on Earth and the new Earth evolution, it's really about your Dharma. It's about your soul's purpose and you really living the purpose of your soul. Very interestingly, when I talk about soul purpose, look, it doesn't have to be sort of record-breaking, astronomically different and unique. Your soul's purpose could be an incredible parent that raises a beautiful family. Your soul's purpose could be someone that leads communities. Your soul's purpose could be that you have culinary skills, that you can cook and heal others. You might be, with soul purpose and gifts that are with your hands, or it's healing or coordinating things or bringing people together, or athletics, fitness, sport, nutrition, health, holistic health. It could be that your soul's purpose is embedded into your career, and so when you are leading as a leader, you're also guiding others to be their best and also to think more about themselves in its entirety of who they are and what they're doing as their purpose, not just about doing a job. So how they can be their best self. So look, and the list goes on. So when we talk soul purpose, I just want you to understand that if you're like, I don't know what my soul's purpose is, you just being here is purposeful. But remember this, we have come on this earth to create. The Creator created us to create. Those that come on this earth to consume and just think that we're here to just consume and just lap it all up, you will find yourselves with quite a karmic imbalance, meaning you have to give. We are in the fluidness and the flow of giving and receiving, and to give is to receive and to receive is to give. So how are we giving back? How are we receiving? What are we doing to help the earth and humanity grow and evolve in a better way? So coming back to Capricorn, yes, it's all about business and structures and plans and organizations. It's funny because my South Node is in Capricorn. What does that mean? Well, past lifetimes I've come from a very Capricornic energy, meaning actually it's quite innate for me to be very structured and be very driven and very, very organized. But some of us don't always have that in our day to day. Even I, at the best of times, I have to organize myself. I have to make sure I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and it makes me feel good. But there is also a part of this new moon. I don't want you to feel like you need to be writing out plans and having lists and scheduling things. There's a part of this new moon where it's about solitude. It's about, Capricorn energy is about sort of taking that time out for yourself to go deep, to really feel into what it is that you want. So when we think about using this new moon energy, it's a great time to really go in, go within, journal, connect, earth energy, connect with nature, connect with the mud, be sort of with the earth and feel what you're feeling. You may already have a bunch of ideas and things that you want for 2024 and what you want to call in for the coming years, but where are you at now? What is it that you really want to really double down on, and where do you feel you might be a bit lazy, or just you procrastinate? Because it goes like this when we're doing what we're doing, and there's always a monotony and there's always a routine to some things. I was reading today that actually coming out of routine is also healing for our nervous system. So as much as Capricorn is about routine, or I wouldn't say routine, but consistency, you don't have to be consistent in a rigid plan. This is something I've learned over the years, is that, especially in the last couple of years, is that I can still be a high performer. I can still deliver great caliber work. I can yield optimal output from myself, from teams, from whatever I'm doing, whether it's in my career or it's in the podcast or I'm doing community events, I'm getting involved with other organizations. I can do that, and I can have fluidity. I can have a routine that allows flex, so it doesn't always have to feel rigid, and I feel like that allows us to be creative. Capricorn energy definitely is about organization, commitment, fulfilling an outcome based on a vision, right? I have this vision, but how am I going to get there? Like, you can sit there and dream about the big business, how you're going to make all this, change. I'm going to build a farm, and it's going to be a vegan-friendly farm. That'd be quite nice, isn't it? A plant-based friendly farm that's eco-friendly and all of this. But there's stages to it, and there's steps you need to take. There's research, there's looking at land, there's contacting people. So whatever that is, Capricorn allows us to build some kind of formulation to get there. And we don't want to feel overwhelmed, because when you have a big vision, one thing I'll tell you is that you can go, I'm never reaching that. But what about the milestone vision? So that's the big vision, but then there's milestone visions like, I accomplished this, I completed the research that allows me to get to the next stage. I had these meetings, I had this output, I was able to create this piece of content, I was able to decide, a decision was made, I was able to make a decision on whether I go left or right, use these colours or this, or the brand looks like this, whatever it is, or I work with this organisation or not, I decide to go down this route or not. Those are milestones and they are wins, and we need to bring in the energy of celebration. So as much as we're talking about Capricorn energy, I want you to think about how you can create a formulation, a plan for yourself that allows you to celebrate, that allows you to have flexibility. So Capricorn again is about consistency. I'll speak this from my own horse's mouth, is that in my career and in my journey and in my lifetime, I've not achieved or experienced what I've experienced without consistency. So every little little bit of the way, incrementally, I was applying myself to grow or to learn something. So ask yourself, journal these questions. part of my vision and my goals requires X, Y, and Z, and I need to learn more about this. I need to be more active in this space. I'm procrastinating over here. Okay, what is it that I can do every day that is going to be a consistent effort that is going to allow me to edge closer and closer? You don't have to do it overnight. Don't be hard on yourself. I want to tell you something. Capricorn energy can have the tendency to be hard on themselves because it's like work hard, work hard. If you know any Capricorns, suns or risings, they are workhorses. But that can be to their detriment as well. So it's a great characteristic to have, but always with anything, with balance. So it's like, so you didn't get all of this stuff done today. That's fine. Who says it needs to be done today? Allow some flow. So allow yourself to flow. Now, there's a level of the flow that then you don't want it to become laziness. So there needs to be some kind of flex and an understanding where, you know, don't be tough on yourself. If you said, I'm going to reach, I don't know, I need to make sales of X amount, that's a very business term, by this date, and you made Y amount and it was half of it, okay, don't be hard on yourself. Commend yourself that you actually made that movement forward, but then question, what is it that I need to maybe consider to make that headroom, to make that difference? Maybe it's in the way that I'm approaching things, and that allows you to take a step back and reflect. So, you know, you can always be head down in the detail, charging forward, going, okay, yeah, I'm doing the consistency, but then you forget about just being able to track back, recalibrate, and just reevaluate. So allow those cycles of test, learn, do. Test, learn how it went, do some more, test again, learn how it went, do some more, refine along the way. It's a method that I actually use a lot in my career. We use it a lot in consulting, we use it a lot in marketing and in technology. But you can use it with life, you can use it in business, you can use it if you're creative, right? You're doing new creative outputs. Like, test out a method, see how you feel. If you're a content creator, you film, you record music, like allow yourself to kind of go with some consistency, have some kind of formulation that works for you. And if you feel, you know, because I'm saying to go within and I'm saying to like journal and spend time with yourself after you do this process, you know, it's always great to have a mentor. It's always great to have, even, it doesn't have to be a mentor, someone to bounce off ideas. I love that. I sometimes speak to others that are not in my day-to-day because it gives me a safe space to just be heard. And sometimes I just get to bounce off my ideas, and many times I get really great sort of feedback and suggestions from others that are not in my day-to-day, and I love it. And so feedback and constructive support, I think, is also something that we could look towards, you know, as we evolve from this new moon. A couple of other astro kind of movements. This new moon is trining Uranus with Taurus. Capricorn and Taurus, both earth energy, so that's very good. It's very stabilizing, it's very grounding. But Uranus, if you know about Uranus can come in and just shake it up and change it up, and there can be chaos, unexpected events, and all of the sort. But trust me, this trine can only bring good change, unexpected change. But Uranus is here, and every planet brings us positive opportunities. So don't see that as something to be like anxious about or concerned or scared about. Embrace it. Uranus is going to come and, you know, with this trine in Taurus, Uranus in Taurus trine to Capricorn New Moon, is coming through to really say, where could you sort of shake it up? Where are you stagnant? Where are you procrastinating? Where can you be more grounded? You know, how do you find grounding in the area of stepping out of your comfort zone? Where are you playing small? Are you just kind of going, your vision's so big, but then you're still kind of doing these tasks and these things that are just kind of getting you small increments, but maybe you need to sort of recalibrate it. And yes, do the things that you need to do that are kind of consistent tasks, but take a step out and just be bold. And if you need help, ask for the help. If you need to have, you need to bring in new people into your team, or you need to change up the team, or do things what you do differently. Like, think about that. You know, you're being asked, because if you're following your soul's purpose, I can be testament to this, is that when you do that, there is a big level of stepping out of your comfort zone, doing things that you never did before. Like my podcast is most definitely part of my soul's purpose. And so really doing that at the beginning and then evolving with it and finding ways to like motivate myself to talk about things that I feel are meaningful because I want to be embedded in my truth, whatever that is. You know, being embedded in your truth and your authenticity, especially when following your purpose, can be kind of daunting when you're having to speak up, you're having to do things differently, you're concerned that people might judge you, but you're following your path. And if you're speaking from the heart and your soul, and it is embedded in your truth, nothing can go wrong. But that could be the leap of faith that you need to take. So think about that. Uranus might come up through these days as you're journaling, as you're setting your intentions, and you're being asked to maybe do something differently, approach something differently, communicate differently, plan out ideas a bit differently, be a bit more bold, courageous, and daring in some of those goals. Dream big. Don't hold yourself back and think. And if there are things when you dream big and you're writing out those goals, when you're writing them out, is there something that's pulling you back, like in your subconscious that's kind of going, yeah, but you can't do that. But what is it? So try to feel into that, lean into it and embrace it. There's another interesting astro movement. We have a square from this new moon to the North Node in Aries, and that is going to bring a bit of friction and tension. Why? Well, both Capricorn and Aries are cardinal signs, so it's very powerful, but it's going to bring friction and tension until there's breakthrough, until there is a release, and you are aligning more to your destiny. So this is great, again, for soul purpose. The North Node is very much about where we're growing to in this lifetime. Our soul's purpose, our destiny, how we evolve, the lessons that we learn as a collective, the lessons that we learn individually. So with this square, you may feel very uncomfortable, you may find a bit of tension. Is there something that you know in your heart and soul that you're holding on to, you're not letting go, you're not releasing, or you're not communicating to yourself first and foremost, you're not being honest about in yourself to allow you to let go and step out. Again, Capricorn energy is very much at this time going into solitude, but as you do this, remember this, you're not alone in your soul's purpose. You can have support, guidance. Don't ever feel afraid to ask. Ask and you shall receive. You have nothing to lose in asking. And that could be asking your archangels, asking spirit, but it could also be asking someone else that you think actually would have a very good piece of support or guidance, or whatever that looks like. Or, you know, speaking up and saying things need to change. I can't operate like this anymore. I can't do the work like this, or I can't create music like this. This is something I know is holding me back. It's tension, or I'm being too hard on myself, and this is something that I need to do differently. So feel into that, because these two cardinal signs are really going to help you illuminate purpose. So anything that you feel is your passion, this is an opportunity to really feel into your passions. And this is what the North Node will bring up. It will bring up like that feeling of like, I know I'm meant to do this, I know I'm meant to do that. So feel into it, journal what makes you feel alive. What are my passions? What do I enjoy doing? Because there are connective messages in that. And in that, actually, if you don't know what your soul's purpose is, I'm sure as heck you will kind of start to feel into that there. And you might be very already aware, but it's going back in and reminding yourselves of what that really is. So ideas for intention settings is, you know, prioritizing your life's work. So like I said, this is not just about your career and business. This is about your purpose. Now that could be embedded into your career and business, of course it could be, but you could have both that and a purpose, and you're doing a bit of a mixture of things, right? So whatever that is for you, take that as that resonates. But prioritize your life's work. What is it that is important to my life's purpose, my life's work, my soul mission? What do I really want to be doing? What's going to fulfill my soul? And start to prioritize that in terms of the goals that you have. Is it there? Do you see those points in there? If you don't, then you're displaced, right? There is an energetic discrepancy and a cosmic discrepancy with what you're saying the plan needs to be, but your soul purpose and the feeling of life's work is not embedded in that. Then you'll feel that on the outset, right? And you'll also feel that along the way. And ask yourself, what vibration do I need to embody to be this better version of Steph, better version of you? What is it that I need to embody in terms of vibration? And that could be, more decisive, more balanced, not being so hard on myself, so giving myself the self-compassion. By the way, when I say this, I'm not expecting you guys to go, it's positive vibes all day long, because that's not life, right? We go through life and the frequencies are, peaking and troughing, whatever that is. It's how we stay centered. So your vibration you might want to embody is being able to stay grounded and centered and in a place of love and compassion for myself, regardless of what's going on around me. That could be one of the vibrations. And how do you, prioritize the energy of your soul this year? What is going to give you that real fulfillment for your soul? How are you going to prioritize that? Because we need to have that balance. And if we are following our soul and our heart and our passions, the universe will reward us. Of course it will. The things will manifest even more because we are really aligning to our heart and soul. Things manifest when we're really in that alignment and we are not creating that friction for ourselves. It's when we are doing things that don't really feel right in our heart and soul, but we're still doing them, and then we're like, but I'm not enjoying this, or this is not what I thought it was going to be like. We need to get honest with ourselves, and there in that honesty can we recalibrate. It's never too late to change the way you do things. It's never too late. You can do it every day, every week, every month, every year. Nothing is set in stone. It's you that decides, okay? So I am going to, let's get a sip of water. I'm going to round up, and I hope that was useful, with these beautiful cards that I recently bought called The Shadows of Light. There is a book that tells you a lot about each card, but I'm going to see how I feel. And these cards very much are like with different messages. I feel that they're very good for soul purpose. So as I say that, Spirit, please protect this space. Archangel Michael, ask for your guidance, your protection, and bright light of vibration and goodness and love and divinity. So in the sacred space, can we call in the highest and best messages for the divine feminine soul tribe? And this new moon in Capricorn, what do they need to know? Right, unity. First card is unity. What I'm feeling there is the unity within yourself, having that self-union. When we embody that balance within ourselves with our masculine and feminine, then can we really be in balance and really know where we want to go. So do you feel like you're operating in your masculine too much and you're not receiving and allowing things to flow, or are you too much in your feminine? With Capricorn New Moon, you could easily get so excited because Capricorn is ruled by Mars, and you might just go, and that's great, but just make sure there's balance, because you could be doing, and have a real energetic like flow there going, but you're so in your masculine. So just make sure you are recalibrating. But I also get from that unity is when we have that unity within, the union within, we are able then to be a part of community. So unity to community. But this is the moment to create unity within oneself and unifying your belief system, unifying where you want to go, passions to purpose, to your work in this lifetime. Okay, what else do we need to hear, Spirit, please? We have guidance, direction. So unity was under the sacred paradox area. So your paradox, what defines you, I feel. Guidance, direction. So this is an opportunity to ask for guidance from your spirit realm, from the ancestors, from spirit guides, from archangels. What guidance do you feel that you might need? Maybe there's things that you feel unsure of, or you need help. And I talked about guidance, didn't I, before? Like spending the time with yourself, but then you might want to bounce around ideas with others. But first, start with yourself. Call in your beautiful spirit guides and support spiritual team, and whatever that is that you need clarity on. Receive in your dreams, receive through signs, be able to see if something's moving forward smoothly, then that is the direction you go in. If it's not moving forward smoothly, then maybe that isn't the route you go in. So being able to, when we ask for guidance, we also have to be open to receive guidance and be able to flow with that guidance. So it's all good and well asking for it, but we need to be able to know how to work with it. Okay, and the next one is grace. It's a number 48 card. The other one was a 46, that's a 10. I feel like there's completion there. Grace, the beauty way. So how can you really operate from a place of grace? Finding grace in what you do all the time, because like I said, it can feel monotonous, it can feel like a laborious task of things to do, but how do you bestow grace upon yourself and in everything that you do, and finding the goodness in things, really affirming how great it is. You could even affirm, I am grace, you know, and I am beauty, and I am clear on my goals. I am aligned to my soul's purpose. But with this, you know, always remember to have grace in what you're doing. And when I say grace, what does that mean? Be kind to yourself as well in all of this. You do not need to prove anything to anyone. The only person you're proving it to is you and your higher self. And so don't be hard on yourself, because if your heart is pure with good intentions, you have nothing to lose. You are on the right path. Effort, the builder. Perfect for Capricorn season. So look at this. We have, it's a very interesting card, because we have someone here sitting there looking a little bit glum, going, I don't know, trying to figure it out. But then you have others there that are working, building this house, this structure. So there's a few things I'm feeling from this card, that you may procrastinate and it might hold you back from moving forward. Where do you feel that you have stagnancy? I mentioned this square with the North Node in Aries. It will remove you from, the tension and friction will come up to remove you from stagnancy. So will Uranus in Taurus. So it's going to shift things. So where are you procrastinating? Where are you holding back? Where are you trying to maybe control things to be a certain way? Because sometimes our ego wants to control things, and we think, okay, in order to get to here, we must do it like X, Y, and Z, and it just has to be like that. And so I'm just going to do it that way. But maybe the universe is trying to show you something else, that you could do it in a different way. You could get help from others. Maybe you need to ask for help. This person here in the middle is really not connecting with anyone around them. They are really procrastinating. So think about what it is that is bugging you, that you feel that you're not doing. Maybe you went down the soul's path or mission, and as you did that, things didn't really seem as they needed to. That's fine. It happens. I've experienced it. Ask yourself what that is. Maybe then when you understand that better, you can then start to build. And you can build with others, but it has to start with you first. I think sometimes we create challenges and friction because we're trying to build with others, but we in ourselves are not clear, and we don't feel sure. So how can you build with others if you're not sure in yourself? It will always have the bees, the flies buzzing around me, so that's definitely a confirmation. It's like so how are you going to be able to understand that in yourself, so that then you can connect? And maybe this is to do with teamwork. Maybe for some of you this resonates, that you don't feel like you're getting the most out of your team, or you don't feel like you're able to guide your team, or you don't feel part of a team. What is it? It might not be that. It might be that you have been doing everything on your own and you need to call in a team. But you need to get clear with yourself. And there is an element here of this card that there is a great, incredible vision being built here. So with that builder vision, just know that there'll be moments in the stages of building that you might have to stop. It's part of the building process. You're not always building, but you are stopping and reflecting and then going, okay, I'm going to build that. I'm going to add this brick next, and that brick, metaphorically, whatever that means for you. Okay, and I think one final card. That is such a Capricorn card, isn't it? I love when this happens. Okay, one more final card message, please. Spirit, what have we got? What have we got? We have challenge, opposition. Oh, look at this. This is very interesting, and this really gives me the energy of the Uranus trine. Really something coming to change things, to push you out. Where are you getting in your own way? I feel that this opposition, now this could be two things. First of all, let's start with you. Where are you in your own way? Where are you creating challenges and blocks for yourself? Where are you holding yourself back from stepping out of your comfort zone? Where are you maybe with these belief systems that you need to let go of, certain fears, certain ways of doing things? Be real with yourself. You might have a real block around money, around how you can actually create abundance out of your soul's purpose, or create abundance out of a new business venture, or whatever it is. You may go, yeah, I'm gonna reach that target, but then deep down inside you have this block about money and a relationship to money that's going to be counterintuitive for you to move forward. So look at the challenges, the blocks, and the things that come up from within as you're journaling and you're writing the goals. Also feel into what is in that mindset, like, why couldn't I do this? Like, what would get in my way? And then there's answers there. But also this could be challenges with team, with others. So take it as it resonates, because I did get the teamwork card. You may start to feel that you're feeling challenged in yourself, but then you're feeling challenged with others. It always manifests though. So if we're feeling challenged in ourselves, first and foremost, we're most likely to start to face challenges with others because we're not feeling completely at ease with ourselves or clear. But you could be having challenges on a work front, in a dynamic, as a team. So start to understand, how can you navigate, reroute? You don't have to take the same route. This is what I'm saying. Be open to change. Maybe you're head first, because this, I really feel like these two people clashing, but head first, just going, and not stopping, and not getting out of the masculine energy to allow the feminine to flow through. All right? So I hope that helps. That's the 36, that's the number 9. And at the bottom, we've got authenticity and masks. So where are you wearing a mask? Where do you need to release the mask? Where you wear a mask in life is where you don't want to really fully be seen and be heard and be vulnerable. And it's a way of protection, it's a way of control, but it only holds you back from being who you truly are and being in your purpose. So how can you be more authentic in pursuing your goals, your dreams, and your life purpose? So with that being said, I'm going to love you and leave you. Have a beautiful new moon in Capricorn, and I will see you again soon. Love, light, peace, and abundance.